Hi, everyone. Please let me know if you can hear me. Lynn Ferry, Gary. You can't hear me? Okay, great. How about see me? Can you see me? Can everyone see me? Because I'm using StreamYard. Okay, thank you. I'm going to make this, I'm sorry. I ran into some issues. I'm not quite sure what's going on because when I use my camera, the way I'm using it right now, with the application that I usually use, you know, I was reading last night, Microsoft is making changes to the operating system. I'm not sure what's going on, but I thought I would change to this streaming application. So, okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for the feedback. Sorry about the inconvenience, and any event will get going. As I was trying to say while I was on the other, well, when I started before, you guys didn't hear me. I was talking about the bill that passed the House this morning. Basically, it feels like to me the Senate, they're going to encounter some issues with the Senate. But make no mistake about it, just like Trump went and started screaming at them, he'll do the same thing with the Senate, okay? And he's going to end up having his way. But it feels like the cuts may be less. That's the way I am getting it right now. But as we go forward, we will see, how things go with the Senate. But right now, I don't feel the cuts are going to be as steep as they are today, and the wealth transfer that the way they are trying to do it. Okay, I don't feel it's going to be the same, but I don't trust Republicans, and the way I'm getting them, they want to give Trump everything his way. And like I said a couple of weeks ago, when that airplane stuff started, we were talking about it. I told you he was going to have the airplane. But, and I said towards the end, okay, or at the end, or whenever he gets booted out for whatever reason, it's going to turn into a hot potato. But he may not get to take that airplane with him, okay? And I will tell you why. There is an attorney who is on, I've never really seen him. I don't watch Fox News. I don't even have Fox News on my cable, but he's an attorney. He used to be, he worked in the White House before. I'm not quite sure whose administration. I believe his name is John Yoo. And also, the Wall Street Journal, there is an opinion piece, I believe it's today because I just saw it a little while ago, right before I signed on. Okay. They are saying that Trump is creating an atmosphere, or basically he's committing crimes that can get him impeached. It's a matter of time. And intuitively, I feel that's coming. Okay. Do you guys remember I said the Republicans in the House are going to break into three parts? There may be more subparts. Okay. But I feel three major parts. Okay. Intuitively, I feel we are watching the beginning of that breaking apart that is taking place in Congress right now. I don't remember the name of the other three because I'm a little frazzled and I don't have my journal in front of me. Okay, because I had to think quickly and use this application as opposed to what I usually use. The problem is, those three, I believe the name of one of them is Massey. I'm sure you guys have heard of. I don't remember his first name, but his last name is Massey. Okay, him and two others decided they were going to hold off and not vote for the bill. This is the beginning. Those guys are testing the ground to see how they can go about setting up to Trump. Because, like I've said many times, some of them are getting tired of carrying Trump's water for him, and also they feel that he's going to take them down to a snake pit. Okay? So, and to whatever degree I feel, they're going to play with defying Trump, doing things their own way, and stop following him. And they are talking to other members. I am getting the number 11 that can put together and go against Trump because they are tired of it. That's what it feels like to me. Okay. And that's the beginning. I am not sure. Somebody said to me, in order for them to caucus with Democrats, okay, and impeach Trump, I'm not quite sure how that's, what the mechanism is, what the process is. If you have to be, all have to be in one party to impeach a president, I don't know how that works. But it feels like to me, those group of guys will collaborate with Massey and the other Republicans that are going to be joining with him. I would not be surprised if things continue to go the way they are going. Those guys collaborate with Democrats and impeach Trump because there is a lot of bad blood. And the other day, when Trump went into the House and had that meeting with those, when he had to go scream at them and threaten them, basically, and he called out a few of them. I'm sure you guys have read, okay, Trump created a lot of bad blood, and I even said what Trump did is going to cause some of those guys to dig in their heels deeper. And that's what you are seeing with those guys. Yes, the bill passed, okay, but those guys, they want to see, okay, let's see what happens. And when I say they say let's see what happens, as far as threats, it feels like to me they are ready and waiting. And you know, when people try things, they're gonna say, okay, that's not bad, we can handle that. And then they're gonna get together however they go about doing it. Okay. I feel like saying around 11 Republicans altogether. Okay. And Trump can go and threaten them all he wants. Those guys won't care. Okay, that's what we are watching right now, the beginning of a rebellion in the House. And it will spread to the Senate because they are tired. And by the way, I know, and the title, I was going to point to the title because I didn't have a chance to write the title on here because I was running to get this started. I was rushing to get this started. I mentioned Elon, and as I was talking about the Senate right now, I'm seeing a picture of Elon reminding me that a lot of Republicans right now, they are freaking out because Elon was a major source of money for them, contribution, and from what I understand, they have a critical race in West Virginia. That's what they were saying in the article. And they need the money in order for them to make sure that they win that fight. And now they are very concerned. Let me tell you, I mean, Elon will give them something, it feels like to me, okay? Because Elon doesn't want to be left. The way I'm getting Elon right now, it feels like he's in the lamb. You know what I mean? He doesn't want the Republicans to basically walk away from him and for Trump to turn on him. Although he feels, confident, he has Trump in a good place as far as he's concerned, the way Trump sees him. So he feels, he has to do something. He will give them some money. But Elon is so terrified, and I've said this before, about the way he's saying he didn't do anything wrong. He says, I don't understand what I did to anybody, what I did wrong. Baloney. He knows he's hurt a lot of people. But he's terrified because he has issues. So he doesn't want Trump. That's what I meant by he feels like he's on the limb, Trump and the people in government to just abandon him. Republicans, whether from the House, the Senate, or the White House, and security services. He's concerned about that. So he will give something. But my friend, we are watching the beginning of people in the House, and it's going to spread into the Senate, I feel, that are not going along with Trump anymore. That's what I feel this movie is all about. This is a test of what's to come. That's my prediction. And I had this president of South Africa. Like I said, I don't have my journal in front of me. I wrote his name down. The meeting that took place in the Oval Office yesterday. I'm sure you guys saw it. I'm sure you guys see it the same way I do, as an embarrassment. But the president of South Africa, Mofutu, something like that, I think his name is. I was impressed with him. The way he was able to handle Trump, I was focusing on him because I turned it right. The TV was on. I was watching. I wasn't watching because it was right after I finished streaming yesterday. I had the TV on court TV to watch the different trials they have going on, or any update on Diddy thing in New York City. And then I said, well, let me watch MSNBC to see what's going on. And I saw the Oval Office meeting. And I was focusing on him. And I think I switched the channel right on time. I didn't see what happened before that, or how long they were talking. But intuitively, when I focused on the president of South Africa, if you can pick it up too, he didn't flinch. He basically almost was expecting, but he said something. Trump probably took it as a compliment or a flattery. I don't think the president of South Africa was, or not even a flattery. Trump take it in a sense that, well, this guy is a good guy if he could help me financially, because that's what Trump is looking for, money. He's desperate for money, okay? And I'll tell you why in a little while he's desperate for money. Not that he doesn't have it, but he wants more. When the president of South Africa told him, well, Mr. President, I don't have a plane to offer you, but if I did, I would give it to you, or something to that. I'm paraphrasing. And Trump repeated after he said it, well, he says, well, I would take it too. Blah, blah, blah. There are things, people like that gentleman, yes, he's from South Africa, and I was born in Haiti, okay? And, somebody could have been born in France, but there are certain things people do from those cultures, okay? Remember, in Haiti, we are part African, part French, and part native Haitians, okay? That those cultures, they still playing out in the country. They didn't disappear. So intuitively, I feel, and that's what I was being shown, saying something like that to Trump, he said it in a nice way. My friends, that was not, he wanted Trump to interpret it in a nice way, taking it in a nice way, because that's why he said it that way. That was an insult. Intuitively, I feel, but he said it with a nice smile. That guy is very diplomatic. The president of South Africa, that is. He's a very smart guy. And of course, it seems like, he's from the, oh my God. Well, the leader of that basically broke the back of apartheid. I can't remember his name right now. Mandela. Sorry, I'm focusing on something that I had to switch and remember Mandela's name. He's from the Mandela's party. And those people, it feels like to me, are very well educated. They are trained to do certain things. And he basically disarmed Trump. And he won. And also, there was a billionaire there. Okay. Another thing he said that also disarmed Trump when he said, well, if South Africa was the way you are showing in the video, I'm paraphrasing, okay? Trump, it's, of course, in any country, you have opposition people that are, and very tough people, they feel they've suffered. And if you do, they don't agree with the way the government is approaching the end of apartheid, and they want land and all stuff. That's their approach. They want to kill people. But the president of South Africa, the way he went about disarming Trump and saying those three white gentlemen are part of the government as well, and if that was happening, they wouldn't be here with me, and they wouldn't be part of the government. And it seems like, according to what I read, one of them is a multi-billionaire. So, and we know Trump loves money. Trump, the minute, and from what I understand, there is a history between him and Trump going back in the 70s. So he was a young guy. Trump was a young guy. I don't know exactly what the interaction was at the time, but he mentioned something. I could not understand him very well. But there was some kind of interaction between him and Trump, because he said, remember in the 70s in New York or something to that effect. But the point I'm trying to make is, intuitively, I feel they disarmed Trump. They did it very diplomatically. Intuitively, I feel the president of South Africa did an amazing job. Okay, he was prepared. The international community understands Trump. They are disappointed. Okay, and as we know, he didn't surprise many in the international arena. We know I don't know if you guys heard, I'm sure most of you probably have. He agrees that, Putin is not ready for peace, but he's not going to impose more sanctions against Russia. That surprised no one. But the international community, okay, like I said before, they are all communicating, okay? We are alone. When Trump is gone, will be another story, okay? But right now, America is alone. And that's why the president of South Africa, and they communicate, those who have met him, communicate with the president of South Africa. So he knew what he was going to step into, and he was ready. And he did a successful job, it feels like to me. And Trump will basically look very bad. And somebody said something yesterday, I believe it was Deadline, Nicole Wallace, Deadline Washington, okay, or Deadline Washington. Somebody said the only person that basically didn't handle Trump as well is Zelensky. But you know what? If I was in Zelensky's shoes, I don't think I would have done any different. The approach South Africa did was marvelous, in my opinion. Okay. And I feel they're going to get the help. I'm sure they are communicating with people in Congress, and those guys are very, very smart. They are I'm talking about the diplomatic, the people with the president of South Africa, the people around him, they know their job. It feels like to me. They're going to get some of the things that they want. But I want to say something. Elon, that is afraid of being shut out completely because according to what I hear, and intuitively I told you guys, this guy was not going to last long. And the only reason why he's going to keep in contact, like I said a little while ago, is because he's terrified. And the notion that, I didn't do anything wrong, baloney, he knows what he did, because that's not the first time. He's done it in his companies, and that's why Trump basically accept him within the fold, that is so that he could go out and do the same thing he did to other companies he has purchased. So he thought the government was going to be just any other company he purchased, and he was going to do whatever he wanted, and people were just going to sit there, twiddle their thumb, and say nothing and do nothing. Well, he's finding out that's not the case. But Elon, the reports are correct, okay? And let me tell you something else. Intuitively, I feel the video that was shown and all those stupid documents that Trump used to try to put, the South African team down didn't work. But it was all the job of, although it didn't work, it's the job of Elon and Stephen Miller, Vought, and those people behind the scenes that are pushing the anti-minority, Black and brown people agenda. And you remember yesterday I said, I am feeling an energy of violence that's being harnessed. What Trump did yesterday was not done, by simply because he wanted to, stand up for, genocide. No. He's doing it for us, for those of us in this country, okay, the KKK and Proud Boys and these people who want to attack minority. Like I said yesterday, if Stephen Miller had his way, he would exterminate everybody of color. And it's not only him who has that feeling. Trump has it too. That's why he wanted the Central Park Five, young people at the time, for them to be fried, meaning executed. Okay. What happened yesterday, the whole stupid thing Trump was saying was part of the program that Stephen Miller and company, Elon Musk, all those people, it's their program, or part of their program. And they are hoping they can turn violent white Americans against brown people. And intuitively, it's not going to work. Yes, some people were receptive to it, okay? But it's a minority. But that's what Trump is trying to do. And as I'm saying this, I'm seeing those two young Jewish young people who were shot by that, I don't know the nationality. I wouldn't be surprised if the gentleman who shot them, I wouldn't be surprised if he's Jewish as well. He looks like it. I don't know. But, my heart goes out to them. May they rest in peace. I thank God they caught the guy who did it. It was wrong. But the reason why I'm being shown this, Netanyahu, I've said not too long ago, okay, what he's doing is wrong. And Trump is basically encouraging him, because Trump wants Gaza to create some kind of fancy resort. Okay. Intuitively, I hope I'm wrong. And like I was saying yesterday, I'm feeling there is an energy of violence. I hope that was the first and last. Because as I was focusing on what's going on the energy that I'm picking up, what happened last night or this morning, whenever unfortunately, those two young people lost their lives. The hatred has not dissipated. I'm hoping this is the first and last one. And you know something? The Kash Patel, who basically wanted to transfer people, FBI agents, who used to monitor certain activities, criminal activities or terrorist activities in this country. I believe they were switching them to do other things, to do Trump's bidding for him, investigate or frame people, that you commit a crime, just like they are trying to do to the Congress lady from New Jersey, McKeever. Okay, basically what they are trying to do is frame her. And that's what Trump is going to continue to do until he's stopped. But I hope they realize, I'm talking about Kash Patel, Trump, and company. It's a big mistake taking the eyes of potential terrorism activities in this country. I'm hoping. Okay. But what happened this morning or last night, that gentleman who did that, I'm not saying he's part of any, because I'm not seeing a group of people around him. I'm sure he's got people he talks to. It may not be the last. That's my concern. And it's because of the environment, like people like Elon Musk, Stephen Miller, Trump, and others. And that's what I was talking about yesterday. Just so happened this happened last night. Maybe that's why I was, so concerned yesterday. I don't know if some of you noticed, I had trouble because first of all, I'm paying attention to what I want to say, to what I'm saying, because I don't want to say certain things in order for you to think I'm promoting, violence or something. Okay. And the other thing is I have to, I'm trying to be careful. I had to choose my word, and I'm still trying to do that. But hopefully, good people will prevail, and the cancers will be impeached and removed. But intuitively, I don't feel we are, obviously, that the country is heading in the right direction. And hang on a second. Let me see if you guys have questions. Oh my God. Tonight is crypto dinner. Yes. The news is reporting from Mashami Oliver says the news is reporting that, let's see. The news is reporting that the man is from Chicago. Yes, they are searching. Oh, okay, his apartment now. Thank you for letting us know. I didn't hear anything because I just found out about it this morning. Thank you for posting that. I think I can only stay for 2 more minutes, unfortunately. But hopefully what I give you guys intuitively. As far as Diddy is concerned, okay, I have to make that quick, but there isn't much anyway to update except that, I've said before, example I've given you about people who know him, business, nothing personal. Okay, I've never heard anything good from him. I watched a video of, because when I'm trying to remember the name of that show he had on MTV, Making the Band. Okay, when he had that show, there was he started with women, and after that he brought in a men's group. Okay, and I was watching a video before I came on of 5 young men. Those guys broke down, crying, talking about the experiences they had when they used to work for him. And I did not hear anything positive from those guys. Well, they didn't deny what Cassie is saying, the new Cassie. Okay. And I was waiting for one of them to say something positive. The only positive is that I guess, they had an opportunity to to use their craft, okay? And maybe they would have been famous. But I don't remember. I don't know if any of them made it, except, like I said, I only remember a couple of the ladies that used to be in the girls' band. And the guys, I don't remember any of them at all. I was looking at those guys, but, it's been 15 years or something. So they made their face changed, their look changed. So I don't remember them, but they were crying. And the reason why I'm saying this is to show you that I have been saying the jury, there is no love lost. They can't stand him, Diddy, that is. They're going to have to find a way when the judge instructs them, okay, how to go about finding out whether Diddy is guilty or not, given the charges, okay? But my friends, they are struggling with the way they feel about Diddy. They're going to have an issue separating that and then consider what was presented to them. And yesterday, I didn't see any difference on what was presented that would help the defense. A lot of people are saying the government hasn't closed the circle yet, as far as there are certain criteria in order for you to have to prove that this was a racketeering thing. Intuitively, I feel the gigolo that was there, I don't remember the other name you guys told me yesterday, but the gigolo that was there and a couple of other people, it feels like to me, the jury, because that's what I'm focusing on right now, the jury believed these people, and in the jury's mind, they too are trying to understand, the salacious part of this thing, domestic violence and stuff like that, that case has been made. Right now, they are waiting for the racketeering part, closing the circle, like some expert lawyers say. That gentleman testified about violence that took place when he was there, and among other things, that other people who work for Diddy, there's a guy who used to clean before, and then he would clean after they do their stuff. Those people, and then those, there are going to be more people who are going to testify about how much violence there were behind the scene. And from what I understand, there's a musician, I don't remember his name, Kid Cudi. I had to think there for a second so I could see his name. He's going to testify today about his car that was blown up. Diddy did it. He's going to be reluctant, blaming Diddy for it. I'll tell you that. I don't know how they're going to get him to admit it. He may. It's a small possibility, but he's concerned. And I would be concerned too, because when you're testifying against someone like Diddy, he still has people who love him. Okay? It doesn't matter how he mistreat others. You never know what they may do, because some of those people are very violent. So I understand Kid Cudi, but it's going to take a little bit of work to get everything out of him. That's what I feel. But as far as the jury is concerned, my friend, the defense hasn't made it yet. And the violence, the way the government is putting it to them, they are taking it, they are accepting it, because there is no love for Diddy. And some of the stuff that came out, I didn't watch. I don't watch the videos who are detailing everything that took place, because I can't handle it. And like I said, some of them, and I'm glad one of you confirmed that when I told you they feel traumatized, the jurors, that is. And someone posted, she had a sister or something like that who was a member of a jury for a murder trial. The sister felt a bit traumatized as well. But this one, I feel, murders are bad, it's traumatizing enough. But This one is as bad when it comes to the jurors, watching all that stuff and how he went about grooming and exploiting. That's my word. That's the way I feel. I haven't heard that anywhere. I'm sure other people probably saying it. But the way he went about grooming and exploiting Cassie and some of the stuff, yes, she was of age, but it's not an easy life to walk away from. Wealth, manipulation, drugs, and a young person who wants to be successful, they make dumb mistakes. But my friend, the jury is still till today. That may change. But the way I'm getting the jury up to now, no love lost. If there is a case, because they're going to try to be professional, it is done. That's my prediction, my friends. Thank you very much for coming, everyone. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, or call me, text me. We'll negotiate a time. Please subscribe, and I apologize for being late. It's not my computer. I just proved that because it just occurred to me a little while ago to use something different. It's the application. They're making changes to it, and the operating system for Windows changes are being made. This is an application that's a web-based application. It's different from a standalone application that I use on my computers. That's where the problem is between Windows, the application, because my camera works, my computers work. Otherwise, I would not be able to switch from one thing to the other. I would have sound problem. But in any event, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for understanding and for your support. I appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow. Till then, bye.